Stuck on a My soul. Forgive me 'cause I wanna know how to bring you back what I stole. Baby, if you change, I'll change too. This is one of my favorite songs on my playlist. So baby, if I change you too, without you I'm nothing. Come on up here. I'm gonna drop the link is above you, Trinity. Still smelling your perfume. It's like you never let go. And I forgot the last time I was even close to you. I don't mind at all. If you do decide to come, we can come back and forth while you would come down. But we never work out, baby, you change, I change too. Hey, it's lost inside of you. This is my shit. That you're nothing. Kiss me as I go. How to bring you back what I stole. If you don't decide to come home, back and forth, how you will come down when you always keep it down, you change, I change still. Hey. Lost inside of you. This is shit. So baby, if I change you, without you nothing. I like a long hair, thick red brown. Open up her legs to fillet me down that pussy. I'ma get in and on that pussy. If she let me in, I'ma own that pussy. Don't like you supposed to. Girl, I got that dope dick. Now come here, let me dope for you. Okay. But Trinity, I thought you had to be monetized in order to get a strike. Am I wrong? That's what I be listening. That's the type of music I be listening to when I be going to work. I be needing it because some of them motherfuckers be making me insane at work sometimes. Okay, that's why I'm asking. Okay, so how many minutes can I play? I did say 4 minutes. Is that too much? Okay, I will. All right. People are here to play this game. What the hell? Okay. Cause I know I didn't heard people. I've been on a couple of lives, Trinity, and I didn't heard people say you can only play so much music. I know one lady she does music, but she only play so much, so she don't get copyrighted or striked or whatever. Mac is a baby, it's Mac so baby. Ooh, I like this one. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Cause I know this lady. She call her the club on YouTube, but she only play like a couple. I know she play only maybe a couple of seconds or whatever. Trinity, and then she goes straight to the next song. Like I ain't gonna be lying. I ain't gonna lie. She be jamming with the music. Oh my god, no! Oh shit! I just burned myself. Sweetheart, make me so baby. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've been following her for like 6 7 months or whatever. But she do have a club she do once a week. But again, like I said, Trinity, she only plays so much, and I never paid attention, and I could have counted how counted, but I didn't. I'm trying to look for something. Let's see it. My little baby, 'cause we are magnets. baby. That's my shit too. Go back. Trying to look. Can't find it. Hold on, y'all. The ambulance finna come past. Okay. I can't find what I was looking for because I wanted to. Cause we are. So, how's everybody doing today? I'm trying to look for something. I apologize. I wanted to see what was in the news today. I don't watch the news like that because it's too depressing. Let's see. I guess. Uh, where is it? Okay. Where did it go? I wanted to. I was looking at it earlier, but can't find them. Um, fuck. Look for it. Let's see, can I find it? I hate when this happens. I think I have it. So I know one of the stories I wanted to report on was about Marley grandson had passed away. He was only 31. Crazy. My daughter is the same age. P Diddy showed his new baby, and he swept it down. Him and what's that? M. What's her name? The girl from the City Girls. That's not his girlfriend. I just don't. She just spent like I think almost what his birthday just passed. I forgot how much she spent on that chain, but it was pretty penny that she paid. But he said they're not a couple. But I mean, they showing his daughter everywhere. She's hella pretty. Okay. What's his name? Tree Young came to the Boosie defense with the fuck. Hold on. See what he talked about. Says during his time with the what happened? Okay. With the around the Hawks.
I might be saying his name wrong. Treon. I don't know. I seem to be a very famous person sitting courtside. Raw. Atlanta is a huge of hip hop. As a result, you should be able to de- deduce the tunes of the rapper are typically sitting courtside at the game. It's not telling me like what is T respond? Oh no, it's not showing me shit. It's pissing me off. Yeah, so they reporting strong winds began to pick up in Western Washington after the flooding. Like we've been raining for the last it's been raining for the last 2 days here. And yeah, it's been windy as hell. When I got off the bus to come home, shit, the wind was blowing me so hard, I almost fell. That's crazy. So I just hope everybody had a good Tuesday. I'm just happy to be back at work. I've been sick, so I'm happy about that. So Sanders moved to Colorado. A perfect recruiting storm. Let's see. Deion Sanders was directed with his future players to Colorado. I'm coming, he said. Sanders wanted wanted on to lay out what the new standards are for the program moving forward. It says many were thrown off and some were offending by his candidacy with the players he never met. Okay. I was a big Deion Sanders fan growing up, so I never knew, like, I know he wasn't the first, but I didn't know that they could play two sports. Is anybody ready to watch that Whitney Houston movie? I ain't gonna lie, I thought I would have way more people up in here so we could play the game. I wouldn't even be mad if just more people was in the chat. I'll play the music. Tina Murray and her kids spent holidays with her ex. Family will always be family. All right, all right. So Shaquille O'Neal his shots at Gorilla during I guess one of her lives. So the dude who shot Takeoff is fighting for his a lower bond from uh damn 100 million, 1 million to 300K. Okay. Okay, here it is. Reggae artist Joe Marley, grandson of Bob Marley, died at 31. Don't speak up. Uh, so they saying Elon Musk is the most powerful club in the world. What the fuck? Ain't making no sense. Babylon bombs. Album cover today, January 6th. Capital. So they were saying over 1,000. Well, not over. It said 1,000 Midwest flyers slept overnight in Denver airport. They said it was a nightmare. Flight canceled. Look, what the fuck y'all like? Y'all like Denver? Yeah, come on now. Maybe having some heavy snow. Uh, uh, mm, mm. Oh yeah. Uh, What's that there? It says first in 2023, Social Security payments will be arriving early. Will you get this $914 check? I wish. I want to know, do people be watching Vlad TV on YouTube? Just go out to bed with me. I'm new over here, so try to learn. Behind the beach, it says EZ EP on how he said Capone Noriega, Blood Money, sent to chill those hip hop. Ooh, hip hop, I'm sorry, not those. My bad. Let me see what that's about. It says Tony Yayo thinks 50 Cent took much better care of his artists and set them up for success than Jay Z does with his clients, and he don't take any agreements. Mr. Babe. Okay, let's see.
Face forward, please.
That's somebody else's YouTube shit. Okay, let's see. For kids and ooh, uh. Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to look for something. Did anybody see that G Herbo on beginning a City Girls Pass? Oh, okay. I don't know. No. G Herbo on. He got his own little talk show, do we? trying to figure it out. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. So I would like to know what is people's best 20 best the best 20 the 20 best hip hop EPs of all time to y'all. Yes, for sure. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, that was the shit too. So what they were saying is the 20 best um, hip hop EPs, right? They said best ET. Okay, so they said number 20 is Warren G Regulate. That was my shit. G Funk Era Part 2 in 2015. Okay, okay. Number 19 is P Rock and CL Smooth. All Souls Out back in 1991. Okay, listen to that song again because I don't remember that song. They said Kendrick Lamar's number 18, Untitled, and 2016. Uh, who is this? Slamming Village? I don't even know who that is. Uh, Slum Village, my bad. Said Villa Manifesto back in 2009. It says Drake So Far Gone, 2009. It says Lil Wayne The Leak. Like, I mean, number 15 is Lil Wayne The Leak, 2007. It says Jay Z and Linkin Park. That was in 2004. I can't. I never could say that word. I don't give a fuck. Chorus. I know it's chorus some shit. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Number 13 was Eminem, Slim Shady, MP, 2000. I mean, damn. He been out that long? 1997. I didn't know he been out that goddamn long. It says Black Thoughts, Streams of Thoughts, Volume 1, 2018. I don't know who that is. No problem. It says Big Boy and what? I don't know. Big Grams. Shit. 2011. Says who is D12, the Underground EP back in 2000. I mean, 1996. I don't know who that is. D12. This says 36 Mafia. They number 9. Living by Yo Beat. Says, oh yeah, NW. This is my shit too. NWA, 100 Miles of Running back in 1990. That was my shit. I ain't gonna lie. That was my shit. It says number 6. It says Ice Cube Kill at Will to 1991. Uh, Freddie Gibbs, Straight A Killing, 2010. I don't know who he is. Mano, Unstoppable, the EP, 2010. Gucci Man Wasted the what? Prequel? I don't know. 2009. That was number three. Uh, Number two is Nelly Six. Don't get me the fucking up. Six is made in 2008. Brother Al, The Truth Is Here, 2009. He was number one. Okay, I see it. Let's go back. Mm, I know a lot of people in Seattle mad that West what was his name? Let's read it. Russell Wilson. They still mad at him because he left out here. Damn, motherfuckers ain't gonna stay forever, especially if y'all ain't winning shit. So Christy and John Legend is having another baby again. Okay, I see you, show. So we ain't gonna do that one. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so that's all the news I have because that's all I saw. I don't know what else. I see everybody still talking about the cause. What's that name? Not their name, but they title that everybody giving them. Um, the motherfuckers who went to Mexico, talking about more shit is starting to come out. That's crazy. Ooh, shit. I feel, my condolences go out to that people, them, that family. But it seems like every week something new coming out. It's crazy. And a lot of people got hate on the family the girl who got killed. I'm like, that makes no sense. She got killed. And I see a lot of content creators is just giving out negative information about them people just to get likes and views. That's sad. Ugh. Like if motherfuckers don't get it together, likes and views on YouTube, these people get hate, phone calls. That's crazy. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like on their social media. I'm like, damn, how how that girl get killed, but they family get all the hate. That's crazy as fuck to me. Instead of y'all being nice and consoling them parents, um, whose daughter got killed, y'all stoning them. That's crazy. Oh shit! I don't know what's wrong with my cup. Keep leaking all over my hands. Uh, just pissed because I thought more people would be in here so we can do this game. Um, it is what it is, I guess. I'll be doing these long ass pauses. Mr. Young be making fun of me and shit. You need to stop not saying nothing. You gotta say something. Yeah, so more stuff is coming out. I watched this content creator. Shout out to the I think it's called Down the Rabbit Hole. I think I done brought her up a couple times, but shout out to her. They was she had did a couple of lives today about it. How some of them feeling like a lot of these content creators are bad, that not are, well, is bashing the girl's family for no reason, and they getting they getting bullied online. They a lot of them cut their social media off. That's crazy. Oh, I mean, I understand, but I mean, I can't help that. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I come on here. I get home about a little bit after 7 o'clock. That's why I set them up for 9. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I do appreciate you, Trinity, for being here. You know what I'm saying, and the other people that's in here. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I think I was telling Miss Richardson like about 3 days ago, 3 days ago, or 4 days ago. Long as the people I support come up in here, I'm cool. I don't care if it's one person. I don't care. I mean, it's not like we don't dialogue on y'all channels. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool. I'm not tripping. I didn't heard that a lot of times. Nadia done said that a couple times, a lot of times, and somebody else. I mean, I can't help it because I know I'm all the way on a different coast than y'all are. But you in here, so I really appreciate it. If Nadia comes in, sometimes she do come in at this time. I appreciate whoever comes in. Like, hey, I'm just on here to have fun and talk to the people I've been talking to, and dialogue with the people I know. You know what I'm saying? Who's cool and all of that. So I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping at all. But you know what I'm saying, Trinity, I work. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get home until after 7. Like I said, and I try to make my lives about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. But I've been making them at 9 o'clock because I be doing shit. So when I really start resting, to be 8 o'clock. So that only give me an hour to get together and make the live or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I don't be having shit to talk about. I just want to come on here and chop it up with y'all on my own platform, like y'all do on y'all own platform. That's why I'm always rushing to get on that motherfucker so I can fuck with y'all. Get on everybody's platform. Hold on.
You said you're gonna be having shit to do.
Hello.
Hello, I missed that last part because I was connecting.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Trinity.
I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, I said I missed that last part because I was connecting to the channel.
Oh no, I was just saying like how y'all support me. I'm cool with that. I said, but you in here, Trinity, and I really appreciate it. You know
Oh,
what I'm
you're welcome. I just wanted to wait till I got out of this bad area that I was in before I could even jump up because sometimes my my when I'm driving like this, my
saying?
service goes in and out, and
Oh,
it annoys me sometimes. You know what I mean? So
right, right.
I like wait. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just won't do it if I know my service is really jacked up.
But yeah, so I wanted to have game night tonight, try something different, because this was been on my mind for like a couple weeks. So you know what I'm saying. I was like, shit, Trinity doing Family Feud is like you doing what's the other one? Because I used to Jamie Foxx and his daughter used to host it. Name that tune. So
Like
I
Shazam?
name that nah like name that tune instead of name that tune name the song. So
Yeah, yeah.
like like 4 seconds of it and then you have to guess what it was. You know what I'm saying? But nobody shut up. So I'm just change the title of my live.
I know Owen made a comment. He's like, this should be fun. He's
Yeah,
like,
but that was at 5 because I said it
I
at like
know, I
4.
know.
Yeah, he said it at
He
5.
was like, hopefully I'll be up.
They was all on checkmate. They was I think it was him and
Football playing
Otis.
the Madden and shit.
Yeah, I ain't like he gonna ask me to come up earlier because he got back on there, and then he was like, "Talk." I'm like, "I'm gonna talk," and you sitting here arguing with paper on the, or you know what I'm saying, talking shit to paper. How I supposed to talk over you? And you yelling? Come on now.
Mhm.
I just put myself on mute.
Yeah,
Miss Pearl was in there. I was like, "Come on up here."
it's very it's very rare I get up on the panel of checkmates. Only time I ever really have gone up is if they're talking about some stuff I've done before.
Uh,
Like the last time I got up, they had some questions, and they were actually surprised I've done the variety of stuff that I've done. So we had a conversation about it,
mhm,
because they wanted to know if I've had all this experience, why did I, you know, decide to do a lease purchase, owner op lease purchase, So they
mhm,
wanted to know what my rhyme or reason was for it. So it's not a, and, especially coming out of the oil field, like why would I not stay in the oil field? But
mhm,
situations had happened at the time. But anyway, after we got, because they were talking about hopper bottom and doing like grain and stuff, which I've done that before too. So there's a few things I've done that either some people haven't done,
uh,
some have done, or some were thinking about doing. So because I've got to see a variety of some other things, they had me come up and we just kind of had a quick conversation. And
uh,
then at some point, it was like, okay, well, it's time to jump down. If y'all need me, hit me up. I
right.
don't, I stay on for that purpose if it can be informational, educational for
Uh,
them. But when it's in a group setting of majority men,
mhm,
I for me, just for me,
right.
I know when to jump on back down.
Mm. I heard that from somebody yesterday. Talk about why do women jump on men panel? Like my thing is like I grew up with boys. You get what I'm saying? So I could talk shit just like y'all can talk shit and it doesn't bother me. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
well, this is the deal.
You have, it's like you tap into your masculine energy. You
Hmm.
It's funny because I just put a post about it today. You have what's called masculine energy and feminine energy, and men have it as well, believe it or not. Men
Mm.
have
I
masculine
know.
and feminine. Now, in a good way, not in like in a different kind of way, right? So
Hmm.
when we have masculine energy, we're usually like we're driven, we're like usually you're very confident. You you're like a go-getter, like you're like a workaholic. Now, when you sit in your feminine energy, now you're like, okay, even though I know I could do X, Y, and Z for myself, I will sit in my feminine energy and let my man go ahead and take the lead with this. So
Hmm.
let's just say you're like, man, I know how to put a damn alternator on a car. I know mechanics. I ain't no dummy. Well, it's not about the fact that you don't know how to do something or that you're not capable of doing it yourself. It's
Hmm.
about just going ahead and taking a step back and saying, you know what? I'm going to sit in my feminine energy and I'm going to let the man take the lead on that and letting a man just be a man instead of trying to like always do it for him. And it does,
Hmm.
like I said, it doesn't mean that we can't do it. And I'm sure that the man knows that you're highly capable. But when we take a step back and sit in our feminine energy and let them have that masculine energy, then it's like a level of respect for that man. It's like letting that man actually be a man. When we
Hmm.
do everything and don't let the man be a man, now what happens is it's almost like you're almost kind of trying to demasculate them. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey
So
Trinity, can you give me 2 seconds? I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
absolutely.
Thank you.
If y'all are watching Aquafina BBW, please be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment and let her know how you feel about her live. We are taking an intermission break at this time. If you feel like playing the game, drop a comment in the link. If you're watching, support Aquafina BBW and hit that like button. It doesn't take but a second. Tish will be right back.
My bad, Trinity.
Nah, you're good. I can't even look at the comments right
Hey,
now.
don't start. I'm
What?
sorry.
No, somebody
My dog
comment.
sitting here growling, so I know if they growling because they about to fight. Hell no, y'all not gonna do this at this time of the night.
Oh, they trying to fight.
But if I show them this stick I use to break them apart, they don't like it.
Oh,
I got a stick right here by my bed, just sitting right here waiting.
gotcha.
I ain't playing that. I will.
Hmm.
No. Oh, but finish. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, no, no. You're good. So basically, if you sit in your feminine energy, you can pretty much, you will have a different quality of men coming at you,
Hmm.
and you will have an abundance of men coming at you. Now, I know that sounds crazy, right? You're like, how the hell does that happen, right?
Right.
Well, you know, so
You almost sound like an infomercial.
I know, right? I probably could do a commercial, but so when a man is looking for a partner, right?
Right.
Okay, let me put it like this. There are some people that look for a man that doesn't really sit so much in their masculine energy,
Uh huh.
usually because they're either trying to validate their own masculine
Hmm.
energy,
Uh huh.
or they do it because they want a yes man. How most women don't want a yes man. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just like a man doesn't necessarily want a yes woman. See, a man don't want a woman that's just gonna tell him, yeah, yes, you're right, yes, you're right, or whatever you want, because now you're not really, you're not really having your own opinion, your own voice.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
a man wants a woman that sits in her femininity. Now, when you think about being submissive, submissive kind of can mean different things for different people.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And sometimes being submissive isn't necessarily being submissive like per se in the bedroom. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Being submissive can be just in the act when you're with just in your everyday conversation with a man. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, but submissive, like I said, it's. So anyway, I just lost track because this stupid truck next to me. Hold on. This truck next to me is throwing me all the way off.
Excuse me, y'all. Coughing y'all ears. Mm-mm. Yeah, I know. I be like talking shit. I always talk shit. It is who I am. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, between time, I don't know how, like, literally to vent a man. Period. Don't care what nobody say. I do. Can you hear me, Trinity?
Yeah, I didn't know if you could hear.
You keep. I can't hear you no more. That's why I started talking. But yeah, so I just like to have fun, and I might, what I'm saying, bring my masculinity out, you know what I'm saying. But it's all about fun. It's, what I'm saying, like, um, I'm just on here to have fun. It just make me click in. When I talk to the guys, it makes me click into my cousins and them, man. Especially my favorite cousin Wilbur, and he's not here no more. He died in 2014 in the car. He had a semi in the back. So yeah.
Hello? What the
Yes, ma'am.
hell? You could hear me?
I can hear you now.
I've been saying hello for like about the whole conversation you just had.
You crazy? Yeah, you are. I heard hello maybe once. You said hello, but yeah. So I was just saying, like Trinity, I'm not like, I talk shit. I just talk shit. I'm not hard. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm hella soft. Like when it comes to my kids, if they ain't made me mad, yeah, I'm soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when I get on here with like checkmate and them, they make me feel like I, these my, make me feel like in my 20s when all my cousins we was all kicking it outside. You know what I'm saying? especially like two of my cousins. I taught them how to smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? I was smoking weed before my two of my cousins. So I started smoking weed in my junior year of high school. I taught them how to smoke. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. I was back in the day. I ain't gonna lie, I miss my cousin though. I would just love to hear his voice like one more time. You get me? But yeah, it's crazy. We used to be able to doing illegal stuff, right? I remember one time it was
Hello?
yeah, I can hear you now.
This fucking shit is ridiculous.
Jeez, I can't hear you no more, Trinity. But yeah, so we used to do some illegal stuff. I like
You
robbing
can't
shit.
hear me?
I can hear you now.
Listen, the man is supposed to lead. And he can't lead if you're not submissive. That's what I was trying to get out. But see,
Hmm.
listen, checkmate and them are not your homies. They're not your homeboys. You're not a man. You're not a homeboy. Okay? And let me tell you what happens. When you become that homegirl, the girl that can hang out with the fellas,
Uh huh.
you now are not no longer looked at as someone a man is going to want to. Most men, not all, you're not going to be looked at on the level that you deserve. You're going to be looked at as just a friend. And you're going to be stuck in a
Uh-huh.
friend zone. And a man doesn't want a lady that is a homeboy, homegirl to all his friends. You see what I'm saying? He
I
wants
got
a
you.
so when you're being hard and all that with checkmate and all them,
He deserved it. Okay. Whooping.
all you're really doing is it's almost like saying my masculine energy is just like yours. Basically, it's like saying I'm just like one of the fellas, but I'm just a homegirl, you know. And there's nothing wrong with being friends, but you say it to the point of like, bro, like yo, bro. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
Like,
But I use that
like
word.
you try to be like hard when you really don't even have to. You know how you just said you're soft with your son? However
Hmm.
you are with your son, that's how you're supposed to be with your man. Now, I know somebody that came over to, okay, so one of my friends, her dude came over and was like, you know, how come you're not soft or you're not as feminine with me as you are your own son? And she didn't realize that she wasn't allowing him to be the man. Just like she with her son, she was allowing her son to be a young man, but she
Okay.
wasn't allowing the main man to be a man. And she didn't
Mm.
realize the difference until she had to look back and be like, "Damn, I do both young. They're both men."
Hmm.
You see what I'm
No, I see what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying, Trinity. Right? But my thing is, I mean, like, it is what it is. I just come on here to have fun. So yeah, I know Checkmate and them ain't my homies, but in the meantime, between time, I still support them. So you know what I'm saying? I come on there and just talk shit with them. I mean, it is what it is. I don't. This is my thing. Like, it's breaking up. It's breaking up, Trinity. It's breaking up.
so
Hey, did you, Mac Millie? Did you get that off of the dude? No, I'm just fucking with you. I was just
Do
listening.
what?
So I was just talking.
Oh,
Mac Millie,
I can't see the chat.
okay. So Mac Millie said 100% correct. Trinity. I agree with you. I'm not. I would never. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I agree with you. But I just feel like when I get on there with, I know them. They not my homeboys because I don't know them in real life or whatever. But in the meantime, between time, when I fuck with Tech and them, you know what I'm saying? Like I was the only girl growing up, so we used to do this, and it just remind me of them good days, the good days we had when I
Sorry.
was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? In my 20s, you know what I'm saying? And I was just saying, like, my favorite cousin is not here no more because he smacked the 18 wheeler in the back. So like it decapitated him and his wife. Period. So I just be coming on. I'm not like Trinity. I'm not hard. I know I'm not hard. I'm a, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna let nobody punk me either. But um, I'm not hard. I'm the softest thing you could ever know. Period. I'm soft. I know I'm soft. Especially if I had a significant other, it'd be totally different. I don't know if you can hear me, Trinity. I know I'm soft. I'm softer than Duncan Hines, like serious.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I was just saying I'm softer than Duncan Hines. I ain't gonna lie to you, but when I, and I like you said, I know checkmate ain't my homeboys, but in the meantime, between time, I still support them. So I like to go up there and talk shit. It is what it is. I'm not. I
So
can't stop being who I am. I've been like this all my
no,
life.
no, no. I mean, you got to be who you are. But I mean, my thing is, you never know who might be watching your YouTube, okay? And
Right.
let's say you happen to run across somebody. There could be somebody that's listening to your live, watching you on other channels. You know, I just would hate to see anything. Well, I mean, I don't know if you would ever date anybody off the channel, but the way the world is nowadays, a lot of people do. You know, social media dating. You know what I mean? A
Hmm.
lot of people do, and I'm not saying not be who you are. That whoever catches your eye, that's just
Hmm.
going to have to be something. That's the thing. They would have to be able to say, okay, I'm cool
Yeah.
with her, just being her and hanging with the homies, because that's really what it's like. You're just kind of
Hmm.
hanging with the homies, having a good time. You
Facts.
understand what I'm saying?
Right. You right.
And
You right.
and and not all men are going to see that as acceptable. There are going to be some men that either they're insecure about it or they're like, nah, ain't no way in hell my woman is going to be sitting up on a panel with men. I don't care if there's one or two females. For what? What she need to be up on a panel like that? Especially if she's got
I
her own.
heard that
So,
before.
so you're gonna get it all you're gonna have it all just depends on that individual. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? See,
Right.
I think what happens is society pushes for us to be equal. Okay, that's what society does. They
But
want
we
us to be,
not.
but we're not. The thing of it
Right.
is when you're pushing for equality, you're taking away the balance. You take away the fundamental balance that should be there. It
Uh-huh.
destroys the balance. So in other words, if we're both in our masculine energy all the time, there's no balance. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? There's
I got
gotta
you.
be balance. So like um what was I gonna say? Like now, if there's a difference if you're both driven, you both are equally successful, you're both not broken, you both have healed from past relationships. Now you have an abundance to bring together. That's the idea, right? Like that's like that would be like great, right? For
Right,
anybody, you
right,
know.
right.
But but let's say you're broken and they're not broken. I mean, wait, I'm getting off track. But hold on, but hold on. There's no when you talk about being equal, okay? Being equal. That's like saying I'm gonna pay 50% of the bills, you pay 50% of the bills, and blase blase. But see, men,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on.
No, no, no. Mac Billy asked you a question, right?
Oh, I you gotta read it to me because I
Okay,
don't see the chat. I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry. It
McMillie.
was funny. It was funny. So he said, "Hey Trinity, what?" I'm sorry. Mac Billy, you're a fucking fool,
What did he
bro.
say? What
He
did he
said,
say?
"What do you think about Pee Wee? What happened with Pee Wee running for his life? I'm done. I can't, Mac Billy, I ain't fucking with you."
I mean,
And locked his
I
truck,
mean,
shut his door hella fast. I
I
can't.
mean, my opinion really doesn't matter
Oh
because
my god,
because
Mac
there's
Billy
so
got me
many opinions
crying.
out there, but my opinion really don't matter. He's not my man. He's not my dude. You know what I'm saying?
But what kills me about it, Trinity, I was on Mississippi Live when all of that shit happened.
I mean, I remember it all. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
I'm not new to the situation, but how do you go to a subject of Pee Wee when we're having a conversation about equality?
I ain't gonna lie, you right, but it was
He
funny
he
when he
he
said,
he he actually kind of threw me way off, so it's kind of hard to entertain that when it went so far left. Now, if we'd have been having a conversation about Pee Wee and this and that, I might would give my view, but that just kind of that
"Yeah,
took
I don't
my
talk about that."
conversation that
Right.
took my conversation completely left. But hey, Mac Miller, you're more than welcome to come and hit that link button and come on up to the panel and y'all can have an open discussion about Pee Wee.
Oh no, 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 we would never do that. Not on this
So,
motherfucker.
with that being said, that's kind of rude to kind of interrupt her live with some stuff about Pee Wee. That as funny as it is, you took that kind of way left. I'm like, oh, okay. Listen. If the motherfucker want to run, let him run. If he said he ran, he ran. I mean, I'm not fucking neither one of them. You feel me?
I
I
feel
ain't
you.
with neither one of them. And they both grown men. And as a woman, in my feminine energy, I stay in my place. It is not my opinion that matters. My opinion don't even matter. So why even entertain it?
I ain't trying to be funny since we like. I know we. I want to go back to what you was talking about when Nadia said he teleported. I died. I'm sorry.
Yeah, now the way she said that made it entertaining.
Oh my
When
mama,
everybody was like, "Beat me up, Scotty," you know.
I did.
So now
I'm sorry. I'm
that was
sorry.
funny. That was funny because it was in the context in which it was said. You know what I
Shit.
mean?
Yeah, but she kept saying he teleported. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
That was pretty wild.
sorry. My bad. My
But
bad.
yeah, but
That
I
shit was
mean, no
hilarious.
harm, no foul. I just, that's just something that I just don't even entertain myself when it comes to my opinion on two grown men that attempted a fight and it didn't happen. So I mean, I don't know. Had the fight happened, I might be like, oh, he took that blow, like, ooh, like, oh, he can't fight, but that none of that happens. So, it's kind of hard to talk on something that really didn't even happen, really, if you really think about it,
Facts.
but
Now,
I
let me
mean,
ask you, since I don't mean to be on that, right? But you made me think of a question for you, Trinity. So, what if you was with somebody, right? And you see this person come up to him, and I mean, like, punk the heck out of the dude you with, right? How would you feel?
well, first off, going to be like, okay, well, I can't be with this person just because he got his ass beat. Because not everybody, a man, that man that I'm with might be able to fight somebody else. That doesn't mean I'm just gonna leave him. Am I gonna be a little concerned about in the future feeling protected? Absolutely. I would probably be like, hey, maybe we should both take some self defense classes together, some Krav Maga. You know what I mean?
I'm done with
I
it.
I, I would I would never take his manhood away because he wasn't able to defend himself. Because growing up, maybe he just never really had to, or maybe he just that kind of fighting is not his style. But
Right,
I'm not gonna lie. I would it by knowing that and seeing that, I would be concerned in case of a home invasion, or let's say we're out and about and they're trying to carjack us, or they put a gun to our head. How is he going to react? I would be concerned about being protected in the future. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to take his manhood. I'm going to suggest ways and to help both of us in that situation, whether it be me having to help him to defend us. I mean,
right,
together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take away. Now, if he decides he don't want to take classes, what's going to happen is we look for in a man to feel secure and to feel protected, right?
right,
And it will cause an issue if I don't feel protected. Men, their main thing is they want to feel like their main goal for us is to protect, provide for us. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean?
right,
Um, so the whole what is it, the three P's? As Steve Harvey once said. But
mm-hmm,
if they're not doing those things, that's how they show their love. By the way, so men and women are on different cultures. Like we think differently. Women, men could be with a woman that respects them, uh, supports them, and provides for them sexually, and do without the love altogether. Like, because they're getting their needs met. A man is getting their needs met regardless.
uh-huh,
They're not they don't have the strong need to have that emotional love. Us women, we everything is on emotions, right? You know what I
right.
mean?
I know
But
that's why I say I know
but
I'm not like uh how you say it, not feminine, but I don't masculinity because I'm always on my feelings. I ain't gonna lie, Trinity. I know me, and you know what I'm saying. And my zodiac sign really goes with how I feel all the time,
But
and that's
as long as you're displaying how you feel and you're telling the person how you feel and you're not afraid to say what you really want, then now you're stepping into your feminine energy. Did you know that?
no,
See, you
didn't
can
know
be
that.
masculine and still step into your feminine energy. Okay, just like a man. A man can be masculine. So us women, it's not so much the sexual thing. We look for intimacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Intimacy could be the hugs, the holding of the hand, the little slap on the
Facts.
ass, different things
Yes.
like that. So we require a lot more than men. Men are really simple. We
Right.
require more. That's the problem. So for a man, they have to, in order to tap into the intimacy that we want, they have to tap into their femininity in order to give it. And that's the problem with a lot of men. They don't know how to be masculine and still tap into it. Not all men. There are men that are affectionate like that by nature, that like
Right.
to hug, like to say, nice things to you, and we're not saying we want you to go above and beyond, but it's just those little things that make us feel more intimate with you.
Mm-hmm.
And we desire that more than the actual act of sex. So, and if we're not feeling, if we're like in our emotions that day,
Hmm.
it's kind of like men think, well, I should still be able to have sex even though you having an off day. What they don't realize is it goes into it affects the woman sexually if she's emotionally affected.
Right. Facts.
And a man doesn't, those things don't affect them like that. See, so there's a difference, you know what I mean? Now,
Right.
so for the man, if a woman is in that emotional state, the best thing to do is just listen, right? And
Hmm.
revisit it later when the woman is calm enough to revisit that and have a real conversation about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because trying to force it, the man's like, what the fuck? I don't know what you want. What do you want? You know what I mean? The man ain't
Yeah.
gonna understand. So
Right. I'm not like one of them people like like how I be talking shit to checkmate. I'm one of them people I will shut down. And you gotta let me breathe a little bit in order for
yeah.
me to go and talk about it, because I'm not a disrespectful person when it comes to my relationships. You get what I'm saying? So just let me breathe. I even do it at work. I ain't gonna lie. I do the same thing at work. Piss me off. I will shut the fuck down. I don't give a fuck. You gonna let me breathe for a second. Let me think about what I want to say so I don't be disrespectful. Because a lot of people don't think and they go off, their emotions. No, because I'll be lying about my emotions. I feel. You
See,
feel me, Trinity?
I, yeah, a masculine, when you're in your masculine form, you tend to think more with logic. And you're like, well, I'm gonna do the logical thing instead of taking a step back and say, you know what, I'm just gonna be nurturing right now. You,
Right.
you know, we we step into different roles, and that's another thing that I've learned is getting into a relationship. Understand, asking that person, what role do you see me playing in this relationship? What do you expect my role to be? Because see,
Right.
not everybody's idea of roles and responsibilities are the same.
Yeah.
A man may be one of those that like maybe like, oh, I just want a woman at home that doesn't go to work, takes care of the kids. But you might see yourself as, no, I want to be able to work. You know, we get a daycare for the kids. I'll be there at night. So how you see your role and responsibility in that in the future with that person could be different than what they're actually wanting.
Right.
And it's just a matter of being true and honest to what you really want and not being afraid to just come out and say, hey, this is what I want,
Right. 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 You
you
right.
know?
Yeah,
And
you right.
I think the thing with
Mm-mm-mm. Man, I don't know how about y'all feel in the chat. I mean, y'all can dialogue off that. You know what I'm saying, in the
oh,
chat.
tell me if you can hear me.
Y'all can
So
hear you.
let's say you got a young boy growing up and he's got all these old school uncles that are players. So
Mhm.
he's grown up with all these players. They taught him the game, teaching him the game, right? So
Mhm.
now he grows up, he a little player, right? Well, guess
Right.
what? He actually meets someone that he's like, you know what? Fuck the other girls. I want this one. I'm ready to get rid of my card. No more players card. This is it. Now what happens is he done gave up the players card, and now he's got the woman that he wants, and now she hurts him. Okay?
Mhm.
Now
Mhm.
she hurts him. It is it a man that goes through that kind of pain, they would rather at that point not have to relive that pain. So to keep from reliving that pain again, that is
Mhm.
a lot of reasons why they won't settle. All
Mhm.
men want that one right woman. No matter if they got 50 women that they playing with, they still want that one.
Right.
Okay?
That.
Trust and believe. They could be a player like Ghost, but they still want that one. Okay?
Oh, I
Now,
know.
they're just afraid to have to go back down that road and revisit the pain. They don't want to have to address that pain that they don't want to revisit that pain in themselves. They don't want to face that pain. They don't want
Right,
to go
right.
back through that pain. So now they're afraid of their own pain. They're afraid to do it again. So it's not that they don't want to, because they want to, but they're afraid of it. They're afraid to be vulnerable again to that pain. See,
Right.
that's why they have to know that with you, that they're safe, that their emotions are safe with you, that what they tell you that you're not going, like us women, our biggest thing is judgment. We don't want
Mm-hmm.
to be, we try to be careful because we don't want the man to judge us based on our past or based on the fact, oh, I had a kid when I was 13, 14, 15 years old. I went a little low, but, we don't want to be judged
You
on our
didn't go a little
past.
bit low because I had my first child when I was 13, Trinity.
So you see what I'm saying? You don't want to
Yeah.
be judged. So the moment we feel a man is judging us, we will shut down. And
Yeah.
then we're more
That.
apt to not talk about our emotions. We will shut down. And the same with a man. If a man feels like his information and his vulnerability is not in a safe place, he will not open. He will not be vulnerable.
Right.
So you will not have that intimate connection with them.
Right.
You see what I mean? So
You right.
men are really, really simple. It's just us women are more complicated because we require more.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever hear like a man be like, I've got all these women, but I'm tired of it. I can't keep up with it no more. It's taking all my energy.
Hold on, hold on. I think one of my sons coming home. Hold on. No, Trinity.
I'm here, don't worry.
No, you can keep talking. I'm listening.
Oh, no, it's just that when you start to hear men talk about like, I'm tired of having to maintain all these different women. I'm tired of the drama that's taking too much of my energy. All men eventually go through that. And that's when they're like, that's it. I just want one woman. But all along, that's all they've ever wanted anyway.
I agree with that. I really
They
do.
just want the right one. See? It's not just having one, they want the right one.
Mm-hmm. You right.
Whatever's
You
right
right.
for them. So like let's say you meet somebody
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about being very transparent and being open and honest about what you want. So if you
Mm-hmm.
already know in this role and responsibility, you're like, look, let me tell you, I want a man that likes to cook. I'm telling you right now, I don't like to cook.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to cook. That's being very, very transparent
Mm-hmm.
and letting them know what your responsibility would be in the future with this person. I'm
Right.
letting you know we're going to start out that I don't cook, and in years to come, it's going to continue that way. See, you might be like in the beginning, like, okay, well, that's cool right now, but you know what? He might end up coming along later and not having a problem cooking. No. However, they tell you what they want and don't want right then, that's how they're gonna be in the
Mm-hmm.
future. We
You
tend
right.
to we tend to overlook some things and let some things slide instead of really taking it at face value. If that
Mm-hmm.
man is telling you that, trust and believe he's very serious about it. If he says my needs are I need a woman that can cook, he's not lying to you. Yes, we do have people that will lie and tell us things, but majority of the time when you're talking about your wants and needs up front like that, majority of the time if they tell you that, that's definitely what they want. But I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just I think transparency with people is just so needed, and being open and honest about and knowing what you want,
Right.
and not being afraid to say, no, I don't want this. Like for me, for example, I don't want to keep repeating cycles and histories of staying in relationships that no longer serve a purpose.
Facts.
So to break
Facts.
that chain and to break that cycle, when I see it, I have to listen to my. Here comes a feminine role. You ready? Your intuition. So when you listen to your intuition and act upon your intuition, now you're tapping into your feminine energy.
Mhm.
See how you could be masculine in some areas, but also have the ability to tap into your femininity.
Mhm.
And I think for a lot of women, they don't know what does that mean by feminine energy. What kind of examples come and play with that? So, like, so there's some guys. So then you got also like a type, right?
Mhm.
So there are men that their type might be, I want a woman who keeps her nails up, she keeps herself groomed, she likes to get her hair done. But then there might be a man that's like, I don't care about all that.
Right.
All that don't matter to me. You know what I mean? So
Uh
now
huh.
let's say you're the woman that you don't all that stuff don't matter to you. But this
Mhm.
particular man, his type is that.
Right.
So right off the bat, he's already knowing, okay, I'm not gonna get what I want when it comes to X, Y, and Z. Because she already that's not in her forte. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
So we all do have a particular type of what we like. Okay, that's kind of like this. Let's say you like to live a lavish lifestyle.
Okay.
And let's say the man of your dreams, he's fine. He makes good money. And he makes good money like you. But he's one of those that's like, nah, I'm going to keep this in the bank. Let's go to Goodwill. But you have this, but you have this desire to live a lavish lifestyle, to enjoy your fruits of your labor. And all he wants to do is save, 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 and never enjoy it. Ever. See, so you have to that's why we have to dig deep into things,
Right.
because we'll end up with somebody and you knew from jump they're a penny saver.
Uh huh.
And you knew you like to do a little splurging.
Right.
Now you're in this relationship and you're trying to splurge and he's trying to help as a team and you only need to save, but it's not you.
Right. Right. Right.
So now you got a conflict. See, so I just see that there's so many things I guess that we could be like preventing. So like another good thing, you ask a woman, why have you been single for so long? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I feel my answer is. I when I meet somebody, I also ask God about it. I talk to God about it. That's just me. That's
Well, okay.
me. And then it gets put on my spirit, it gets put on my heart, things get put on me, and things get revealed to me.
Mhm.
I ask for help now. Where in a lot of times I was just going with the flow and didn't ask. Now I ask. I will be asking every and not just ask, but truly say, God, if this is not what you want from me, then I don't want it. Take it away from me. If it's not from you, I don't want it. Period. That's just me though. That can't be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I have a need for spiritual intimacy. I know that might sound a little crazy. Yes, I'm a little freak, but I also have a spiritual intimacy need. You know, so so sometimes we don't. ask for guidance and help in the relationships like that. Instead, we go to
Male and
our
female energy.
friends. We go to our friends. But that's another thing. When you go to your friends and stuff for advice, sometimes they'll give you an answer because they're coming from a broken place. So they'll give you an answer opposite of what they sometimes would really do. So you have to also know the friend that you're asking, but also sometimes they will see something that you don't see. So don't always rule it out, but don't give all the info. Give just enough without giving all the info to see what they see. Does that make any sense?
Uh,
You don't give your best friend, your home girl, all the info. So anyway, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of thinking today, as you can tell. A lot of thinking. So a lot of stuff's been on my mind, like just placed on me. I
No,
don't know if
I
you.
was trying. I'm my bad. I was trying to change the what I had on my live. Like, I
Oh,
wanted to make a game
change it
like.
from the game. I know, like
Yeah, so I
nobody
just
is
changed
really
it.
here. So how was you gonna do it? You was just gonna play a song and say name that tune?
No, so I was gonna only. So I put in the description that I was gonna play 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, because I think it's only. I think it's. I mean, not 4 minutes. 4 seconds. I think after 6 seconds, that's when it
So
becomes a
just play
problem.
one and see if somebody in the chat knows it.
But ain't
Just
nobody.
do it.
Hold on. These little ugly ass people. Hold on.
I mean, they might.
I know, Trinity, but you be talking facts and I be just listening.
Who, me?
Yes, ma'am. You
Oh
know it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's
It's
like
that
Miss
New York
Pearl,
thing. It's a New York thing.
but it's
In New
like Miss
York, we
Pearl,
talk fast and
everybody.
with our hands. Like I
Yeah,
talk with my hands.
but like you be speaking facts because I be feeling like sometimes, right, Trinity, that like they be like you too forward, but I feel like if I don't be forward, you won't know who I am. And then when you get to knowing me, I'm the softest thing ever. Like I would give my last to a person. You know what I'm saying?
But
And
see, but see,
don't do
if
me, Trinity. Don't
they,
do
but
me.
see, you gotta be careful because there's certain types out there that will actually see that as a weakness
Uh-huh.
and try to take your last, and you're thinking you're helping, and in reality they're using you.
Right.
You leave yourself a little vulnerable to being subjected to being taken advantage of. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh no, I
So
got you.
so you
That's why
have to
it's
be,
so hard for me
it's
to
not a
even.
bad thing to be able to do that, but you just got to be careful with who knows that information about you from jump.
Okay.
That's some, like if you put that out there from jump, now they've already determined what kind of woman you are, and if their agenda is bad intentions,
Mhm.
you've already pretty much told them without them having to guess it and figure it out.
Everything pissing me off.
Who, the dogs?
No, but I got a doggy cam when my kids is not here, so I put it on my doggy cam. So my doggy
Oh,
cam is still on and it's messing up. I don't like that. Like I'm trying to turn it off. It's supposed to
oh,
reset and it hasn't reset it to my It hasn't reset to my phone. Like I put it from 7 to 7. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
mean 8 to 7 because I don't get to work until 8 o'clock. So my doggy can come right on because I already know exactly where they at, and it got like a whole 360 rotation, so I can always know where the fuck they at. They think I'll be playing with them, and I can talk to them through the cam, but it won't cut off. I don't know what the fuck is
Oh,
going on. I caught it on sale for Amazon in Amazon for like what what, $15?
Mhm.
I can install it on the wall. I can do anything with it, but no, I got it in a high ass place. They don't know where it's at. But every time they hear my voice, they go to that because I got two doors, so they always go into my front door because that's where it's at. But they bad,
Hmm.
they bad, Trinity, they bad.
They your children, girl. They your
Yeah,
babies.
I'm
Your
trying to look for.
babies.
I'm trying to look for me. Not this next year, but the year after that, I'm trying to look for something bigger, cause so I could get my license.
So, so I want to show something to you real quick. You know how
Okay.
we were talking about a man paying for the date, right? Paying for your
Right.
dinner, right?
Right. Right.
So,
Right. Shut up.
so let's say you're out on a date and the check comes and you kind of look at the man kind of looks at you, but you don't budge, you don't move, you don't do nothing, you don't go reaching for your wallet. If that man is the kind of man that is used to paying for the date, he's going to actually appreciate the fact that you didn't try to do it. If he's the kind of man that is used to women paying for the dates, he's not going to he's going to be more apt to wait to see what you're going to do. You know, so some men, and I'm gonna tell you something I've learned, and this is something I learned about my father. And see, I'm like you. I didn't really grow up where the man paid for everything. So my father, every time I go see him, I promise you on God, my first time visiting with him. Remember, I found him after 50 years, right? I found him last year. I've made so many visits to see him. I've learned him in and out. My first dinner with him and his wife, we went out to eat. I started to pull out some money to help pay for my meal. My dad had stepped away from the table. His wife said, "Don't do it. He will not like that." She said, "Keep your money. He will not like the thought of you paying for the meal." And I was like, okay, this is different. So he comes back. I go to pull out money for the tip. And my dad said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" You know? I said, "I'm just helping with the tip." And he's like, "No, keep it. I got it. I got it." My dad don't even like for his wife nor me to even pay for the tip. Okay? So after a couple of more times going, we would go to lunch. He always paid for everything. He
Uh,
would not let me pay. And see, if I would, and see, to him, a woman trying to pay is a form of disrespect to him as a man.
oh,
That's
okay.
like that's about letting the man lead, using the feminine energy, letting him take the lead, letting him pay for that bill. Because when you don't allow him to do something that he is used to doing, especially like in that situation,
Facts.
now when you chastise him and you say no, let me go half, he's not going to know how to approach the next woman now because he's so used to paying. Now here you come along and now you want to do 50-50. He might meet the next woman and she might be like, "No, I don't do 50-50." Now he don't even know how to approach the next situation, you know. So
Right.
my dad is very adamant about when it comes to a meal, nobody pays. If he invites us out, he's paying. And I can honestly say I've watched this with my own father at my age. And I'm like, and he opens the door for his wife and he opens the restaurant door. He opens the car door and the restaurant door and he opens the door for me.
Um,
He I just even being able to see that and know, oh my God, this is my father, was like made me look at men in a kind of a sort of way like, oh damn, now I really get it. I really get it now, you know?
right.
And a lot of us miss that by not having that father in our lives. So we didn't get to see sometimes what the way a man naturally would act with a woman, you know.
Right.
But
So-
hmm
I'm sorry. Go. You can finish. I apologize. I was gonna say something. I could
no,
wait.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, but my thing is like my three boys. I'm not with their father, but
Hmm.
like I taught them. Like my kids, like if I need them, I don't have to carry. And don't get me wrong. I do have my problems with my kids. I would never take that away, right?
Hmm.
But in the meantime, between time, like if I'm at the bus stop and I'll be like, I'll call one of my boys. I'll be like, "Are y'all at the house?" And they'll be like, "Yeah." I was like, "I got hella groceries. Can you help me with it?" And literally, they would carry the most heaviest part and be like, "Here." They give me the two easiest bags. You know what I'm saying? And though all three of my boys have the same father, Trinity, right? Only one, and that's my oldest, who really grew up with him. You get what I'm saying? So for
Hmm.
all my boys, like my 19-year-old Trinity, we bump heads like motherfuckers, like we rams sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, between time, I see how he treat this girl, and I be like, bro, I'm proud of you, and like I try to give him the game. So when he be like, yeah, this person woo up to damn, bam, you know what I'm saying? Like then I go into my female, like you said,
But
your female energy, and I be like, yeah, you right, bro, and I'm like, I didn't know he was this smart. You get what I'm saying?
but you know what? If he was to ever see a man doing you in the way that you're teaching him, it will really hit closer because my kids told me something about a relationship that I had once, and they were like, Mom, you spent 13 years with this man, and it was very rare we ever seen you guys going out together. I
Mhm.
said, damn, you know what? You're right. I said, it's probably because I always felt my place was at home and not really going out all the time. But I didn't realize I wasn't showing them that it's okay to have children and go out on the date nights and to show to them that we also have our quality time as man and woman. You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
as like a husband and wife in the situation. You see? So
Mhm.
I didn't show that to them by being home all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they said
Right.
that they
Right.
wish that they had seen the interaction more with us going out and getting dressed up and smelling good and you know what I mean? I
Mhm.
didn't realize that they had that need. When I'm sitting here thinking I'm just at home all the time being the best mom possible, I was being a good mom, but I was also keeping them from showing them, a couple. What a
Right.
couple also looks like outside of the, going outside of the home, like going to the movies, going to dinner. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where
Right.
where you get a sitter and you go to they know that you're having a date night. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
needed that, and I didn't know they needed that until they were adults, and they told me. I said, "Oh
Mhm.
wow." See, me and my kids, we have open dialect and I
Mhm.
allow them to freely tell me how they felt about anything growing up. Because that when they tell me, I can honestly say, hey, I didn't realize the effect that it had on you. And that's part of the healing process too for them.
Right. Right. Right.
Now it
Right.
makes sense to me why maybe they may not do or they do certain things that I didn't do. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? So
Right. Right.
it's a learning experience because we're not given an owner's manual, but I do see how it could have made a difference by them seeing it more often, seeing it actually more happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
They said all they ever seen was we worked and we were at home. I
Mhm.
said, oh shit, okay. I mean, which is not a bad thing, but they didn't get to see the loving side, the going out as a couple side. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Oh yeah. 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 For
Because of
sure.
course, in front of them, you're gonna be a little G with a little bit of R, like the little slap on the ass or whatever. But you're gonna still be, for the most part, you're gonna be kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy, and all that. But you're gonna be a little G, if you know what I
Right.
mean.
Right. Right.
you
Right.
know. But when you go out and you're out in the public, now you got a sexy dress on, you showing some skin, smelling good. Y'all might even sneak off to the side in the back of the room somewhere, get a little like hugged up on each other, a little touchy touchy feely feel, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff that you're
Right.
not gonna do at home. Stuff you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
do together, like you're having like you're dating each other, like it's just you two. You don't have to worry
Right.
about the kids. You can just have fun together now. So
Mm-hmm.
so I realized after having talked with them how much they needed that. So that's what I'm saying. Like if
Right.
your son was to see you meet a man that's actually doing some of the things that you're teaching to him, now it's gonna be like not only is mom teaching it, but mom is requiring it too. See, you got if you're gonna teach them, you got to require. You know I was gonna go there next, right?
Right. But but the thing,
You're going
Trinity.
to need to require it for yourself.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's different when they see me with somebody and they're not doing. I'm not with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
it
when
is
you
what it
get with
is.
somebody the next time, remember they are going to be watching you because you are their teacher. You're their teacher. They learn
I say
first
that all the
at
time
home.
from
But they
home.
learn,
Yep.
and that's where you want them to learn. So, so when you get this next person, remember, you want to know that you're getting the exact man. You want to get a man that is the same man you're trying to install in your children, into your grown, into your male boys, into your male children. You know what I mean? So you can't expect them to be one way, and you're finding and attracting men that are not like. I mean, you're gonna get men that are gonna come along that are not gonna be like that, but don't bring them around them. Make sure that man is worth bringing around them and is doing those things that you require. But you just can't tell your sons, oh, I require you to be this way with your girlfriends, but yet I got a dude over here that just sits on the couch and puts his hands in his pants and doesn't even got a job and ain't child. You want the same quality of a man that you're trying to install in your boys, is what I'm saying.
Right. I understand. Now hold on. Let me ask you. Oh, this damn thing is pissing me off. I'm trying to cut my little. It's called the puppy cam. But this every time they walk in the kitchen or in the living room, it has and all my lights off. What is it called, Trinity? When you can still see.
A motion sensor, or it's got the that light thing that's called where you can see in the dark. I know what you're
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So every time they walk in there, it keep going off, but it's not supposed to go off. It's supposed to
It
go off
must be
that.
a setting. It's probably a setting that you got to turn off.
No, because
It's
the
a
thing.
motion detector, but
Right.
it's like the. I know what you're saying. It's a ray light or some kind of light.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been had it for a while, but when I first got it, I already had set it to like 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. while I'm at work until I get home until 7 o'clock, and it shuts down by itself. But I don't know what happened because I haven't been using it because my kids been at home. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh.
I didn't have
You
to.
might have to go into the settings and double check it. Maybe if you had a power outage, do you think have you had a power outage with the weather that maybe reset it and maybe made you lose the settings?
No, somebody took my dang gone. It came with its own cord and it came with its own little. Be quiet, please. Thank you. Um, I was asking. No, it was saying somebody took the block because it came with a block to charge it and it came with its own charging cord. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
somebody took the. So when I'm going my kitchen, I'm you know what I'm saying because my kitchen and my living room is connected, and when I leave for work, they already like motherfuckers ain't these
So,
motherfucking
so
animals
there's
are
the
not dumb.
answer. So there's the answer. It got shut off. If they unplugged it, did it possibly get shut off and
Yeah, it
lose your
did.
settings?
No, they
So
took
you,
the whole box, Trinity, and everybody's like, I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to it.
so
It's
now
only
you've got it plugged in, right?
yeah, I got it plugged in, but look,
But
it's only three of us. I don't need the cord.
but what I'm saying is when they unplugged it, it probably changed your settings. The settings you had set up for like your time and all that,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
probably messed up your settings and you probably got to redo your settings.
I know, but this is what I'm saying, Trinity. Nobody don't know what happened to it. It's only three of us. Are you serious?
Oh, listen, listen. That's
Stop
children for
playing
you,
with
right?
me.
Oh, I don't
Right.
know who did it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I guess we got a ghost in the house, right? Y'all got a
Right.
ghost, right?
Right.
I guess the ghost did it, or the
Man,
plumber, the mailman, the
I'm
milkman. Somebody
saying,
else did it, I guess. The dogs did it.
girl, that should be tripping me out. I'd be like,
Yeah,
okay.
they not gonna take ownership for it, cause they don't want you to yell at them.
It's crazy.
It's easier to act like it didn't happen. I don't know.
Right, 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 right. I'd be like, what? What's going on?
Yeah, that's kids for you right there.
Man, I want to kill one of my kids, real talk.
You ain't killing none of your kids.
I know. It
Sounded
sounded
good.
good.
Sounded good. I was right there with you. I was like, I know what you're saying. I know just what you're saying.
Oh man, it's
Man,
crazy.
let me tell you something. My mother, for the holidays, she takes depression medicine, right? And
Mhm.
I didn't realize how bad depression can really be.
Man.
My mother went 3 days without her medicine, didn't tell nobody she forgot it. She spent all Christmas Day fucking crying. All fucking day. I
Oh wow.
promise you. All fucking day. And then she wanted to start drinking a damn beer. And I was like, son, she don't need to be drinking. When we found out that
Mhm.
she didn't have her medicine, how we found out is first I was like, I was sitting on the couch and my mom was just bawling. I said, Mom, what is wrong? Like
Uh
that.
huh.
And then she starts bawling, I don't have my medication. I said, huh? I don't have my depression medicine. I left it. I forgot it. I said, what? So I've never seen my mom like this. And
Right.
she'd been
Right.
crying for 3 days, and I freaking like it got worse, is what happened. It started off like she was just emotional, overwhelmed. I thought she was just excited to have the family together. Then
Right.
when she started crying for no reason, I said, wait a minute, something is wrong, right?
Right. Right.
Then
Right.
she starts drinking. Now it went from crying to aggression.
Mhm.
I said, what the fuck? Now you're being snappy with people? What the hell is going on? So she went from back and forth. It was like an emotional roller coaster.
Uh
She'll
huh.
be she'll be okay, then she'll be crying, then she'll be snappy. Oh, I even tried to take the beer from her. She was like,
Mhm.
she's like, I'm a grown woman. I'm your mother. You can't tell me I can't have a beer. Like I was like, Mom, it's affecting your depression.
Man.
It is making your depression double because it's a depressant itself.
Right.
Beer is a depressant. I said so it's making it it's making you get yourself more worked up when you don't have to.
Right.
Well, I'm
Right.
drinking my beer, and you're not gonna tell me what I can and I can't do. I'm like, fuck. How do you fight a grown ass woman with a grown ass mother with this shit, right?
Right. Right.
So she was down to like, I think like 3 beers from a 6 pack. I fucking hid them bitches. Oh man, she goes to the fridge. She looking for him. She's like, "Who drank my beer?" I looked at my son. My son said, "Nana, I'm sorry. I drank one." I looked at Levi, one of my daughter's husband. He said, "And I drank one too, Nana." I had everybody fucking on board. Everybody. 3 people on board to say that they drank one of her beers.
Oh wow.
Cause we were like, what the hell? So then, so my daughter had left that day for a minute, and she went to my mom's house and she brought her medicine back. I swear on God, I told my mother. Now I know why my sister calls her every day to make sure she takes her meds. She said, she said, sister, I did not know that you didn't know that she didn't have it, and she said, I didn't know that you didn't know how bad it could get for her. I said, you should have gave me the fucking memo. You
Right.
should have gave. Listen, I would have nipped that shit in the bud 3 days ago. I
Fact.
said, we had mom at her worst. And it was scary. Like, it's really scary. My mom's been on that medicine for 7 years.
Right.
And it's always worked. It works good for her. So it was really odd to see her not herself. The shit was scary and fucking frustrating at the same point.
Right. Right.
Because I don't deal with constant crying very well at all. At
Mhm.
all. And I'm like, now that I knew it was the meds, it made it even harder for me because now I'm like, it's not even real crying. It's the medicine, the withdrawals that are doing it.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
depression that's doing it. And that shit was like, my son and everybody else was kind of cool, but listen, every time I walk somewhere with my phone, my mom was right there, and then she'll start crying, and I'm like, oh my, I couldn't even get on the phone without the thought of being on the phone and somebody hearing her cry. I'm like, this is just not cool. I got to a place where I locked myself in the bathroom to make a phone call.
Oh wow.
I was like, cause she just, it was that last day, it was like, oh, where's such and such? Where's such and such? And then when you tell her, she still stands right there. Now she starts talking. Now she starts crying. And I'm thinking, weren't you like just looking for somebody? Like, why are you still here?
Right. It's
She was so out of her element. It was, I'd never experienced that no, before. And I didn't know how to handle that.
right.
The next time I'm gonna be able to recognize it, which is a good thing, because my mom has emphysema and asthma and all that, right? Well, guess what? With the crying, she started coughing more, and she was losing her breath. She had to take her inhaler 5 times and her nebulizer
Wow.
twice in one day. That's how bad it was. I was like, I'm calling my daughter, hurry up and get mom's meds. Fucking hurry up. Hurry up and get your ass back to the house. I can't do this shit. I'm like, hurry the
Right.
fuck up. Like, for real, for real. But it's like my mom, I'm like, Mom, why didn't you tell us you didn't have it? She's like, I forgot to tell y'all. How do you can't forget to tell us this?
Right. Right.
We
Right.
would have took you. She's like, and then when I realized that I didn't want to inconvenience anybody, I said, Mother, we have 5 fucking cars outside. Anybody would have fucking took you to go get it. Nobody would have said shit. I
Right.
would have went and took you myself. I ain't gonna ask for a car. I'd have grabbed a set of keys and been gone.
Right.
I'm mama. I don't have to ask. It's a given. It's a given with my kids. You know what I mean?
Right. It's supposed to be though.
You know, so and we're talking about my mom and her meds. That she could have got to the point, and I tried to tell her today, you could have got to the point where your asthma could, your crying could have had you have such an attack that you might not have been able to have those extra breaths.
Right. You right.
So not having that medicine really affected her bad. And guess what? The next day, she was so fucking drained from it. She was
Uh
tired. Yes. So she got her meds. She took it that night. She's supposed to only take it once in the morning, right? Every morning.
huh.
She took that hoe that night when she got it. It was like 4 in the afternoon. And then she took it again in the morning. But she was still so drained the next day from those 3 days.
Man, that's crazy.
That the
That's crazy.
crying wore her out. All of that wore her out. Yes. I swear on God, I was like, Christmas Day was the fucking worst dealing with that.
Oh, look.
I was good all the other days, but that last day,
Man,
huh?
I said I understand because like
You've
when
dealt with somebody with that. You've dealt with that before.
my mom, what you
Have
mean?
you dealt with
Me and
that
my mom
before?
ain't talk.
Oh,
My mom is like that, and like she's not like a crier, but when she drink, she hella angry. You get what I'm saying?
oh,
So like
my mom gets angry when she drinks. Yes.
so when my mom come to like a cookout or something, we be like, God damn, she gonna fuck up the whole. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Trinity. I'm like, you
No,
finna fuck
you're
up the
right
whole
though.
thing, bro. Like,
No, but you're right. I wanted to go to my best friend's house on Christmas Day and do like a little like house hopping a little bit, but
uh-huh,
I knew that if my mom knew where I was going, she was gonna want to go because her and my best friend's mom get along really good, right?
uh-huh.
They're like two peas in a fucking pod. They're both crazy. So I was like, I can't go because I can't take my mom in the state that she's in around all my best friends' family. There's no fucking way. They know her, but then they got friends there too, and other people and extended people. I'm not taking her over there like that. There's no way in hell. But
Right,
I knew I couldn't get out the house unless without her wanting to go.
right.
So I was like, fuck me right now.
So yeah, so my mom, like Trinity, my mom can't cook. You have to shoot me to eat her food. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna lie.
Are you
That's
sure
how.
your mom and my mom aren't sisters and like a before life? Like for real, for real. My mom swears up and down she could cook, and I'm like, no, my stepfather did all the cooking. He taught you. He tried to teach you how to cook, but you still didn't figure it out. But go ahead.
So my grandma tried to teach my mom how to cook. She never figured it out.
See? You see what I'm saying? My mom said the most stupidest shit pertaining to cooking the other day. Shit, let me tell you what she said. This is really fucking embarrassing. That my mom even said this. She goes, so we had made some bacon, right?
Uh-huh.
And there was like a shitload of grease from the bacon, right?
Mhm.
And my mom said, don't throw that grease away. You use that grease for gravy. I said, Mom, you use the grounds of the bacon for gravy. You don't use the fucking grease.
I ain't gonna lie, my grandma she kept all her grease.
Yeah, but my mom is like, no, she's like, no, it's really about the grease. I was like, Mom, no, it's really about the grounds. The leftover cooked up, bacon and all that. You use a little bit of the grease, but the grease is not the gravy, is what I'm saying. She made it seem like the grease was the gravy.
No, so like even when my grandma used to make a roast, right? She made me learn how to cook. She was
Uh
like,
huh.
so my grandma had four daughters and one son, and only person food I would eat was her sons. I will only eat my uncle's food. I don't give a fuck.
That is funny. That's funny.
So yeah, my grandma made me sit up in there and learn how to cook. Now, what's so funny about it too, Trinity? Her youngest child, we're only 5 years apart, me and my auntie, right?
Uh huh.
And she cannot cook. She said, Puckett was like, my daughter used to stay with her. She said, Mom, the only thing she can cook is catfish or fish, period. And my daughter know I'm allergic to it, so I can't
Oh
cook that.
shit.
Like literally, even the
So the
smell will break
only
me
thing
out.
she could cook was a thing that you couldn't eat. That
Yeah.
sucks.
So um, when I had moved out there to Minnesota after my grandma had passed, I stayed at my auntie house. So I started cooking. And they was
What you
like,
say?
oh my, I started cooking. She got two kids at this time, right? So
Uh huh.
so my auntie oldest child is the same age as my second child. They're only like like she will be, my son just turned 24. She'll be 24 next month. So when I moved over there, I started cooking. And her daughter's like, oh my God, you cook way better than my mama.
Wow.
I was
I
like,
mean, damn.
but like I told her, my big mama, which I call her big mama. I said big mama made me sit up in that kitchen when I didn't want to, and like literally, I tell people all the time. I always give my grandma shout outs because without her, what she taught me, you know what I'm saying? Like I could jazz it up the way I wanted to. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like my dressing. I like to make my dressing different than my granny's. So I taught my daughter how to make it, and my daughter is like a beast in my
Excuse me.
dressing now. So
Hmm.
she be like, yeah. She sent me a picture of her food. She cooked on not Christmas, but Thanksgiving, and she's like, and she put it on her Facebook, talk about my mom's dressing. She know how I get down. Like literally, without my grandma teaching me, I wouldn't know how to do nothing. Like I know how to make um cookies, and my grandma only taught me only a couple of things from scratch in the sweets department. She
Hmm.
didn't cook a lot of sweets, so like I learned when she did cook. The only thing I'm mad I never learned my grandma used to make. It's not called rice pudding. It's called rice cake, and it's rice and it's cake. It tastes like cake. Like she put like a little sugar in there, butter or whatever. I don't know. Like she used to cook it for us when we was kids. That's the only thing I'm mad I never learned how to make, and I cannot like duplicate. I tried. It just wouldn't work for me.
Can't duplicate it.
No, not at all. I could duplicate everything else my grandma, but I never sat there and learned that part. I don't think I learned that part, and I
Oh,
love it,
okay.
and I love that stuff. I ain't gonna lie.
Mhm. That's funny.
Yeah, my So one time, Trinity, my daughter, was like, called me, and she was like, "Ma," I said, "What's up?" Because she was staying in Minnesota. That's where my auntie stayed. She stayed with her, and she's like, "Ma, did Big Mama, did Big Mama ever wash her food in dishwasher, her turkey in dishwasher liquid?" I said,
What?
"Hell no." I said, "What she get?" She gonna say, Big Mama, she said, Big Mama, that's what Big Mama taught her. I said, she's lying because I was the only out of all her kids. None of the kids never stayed, and she made me sit in there. So she's lying. I said, I don't know why she's lying to you. Who washes their fucking turkey in dishwasher liquid?
And I don't know anybody that would do that craziness.
I
I'm
swear.
sorry.
I was tripping. I was like, what? Like, come on now. You don't do no shit like that. But I can't.
I've never heard of that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like, So what my grandma used to do though, Trinity, when I was growing up, right? She would so she'd get a really big turkey, and she'll, what I'm saying, cut holes in it, and she'll put salt in there, right? And let it sit overnight. So once it sit overnight, it's already, that salt is marinating into the meat, right?
Mhm.
So after she marinated overnight, basically, she'll start washing the holes out. So when she washed the holes out, like literally, it's already synced into the meat. So she'll taste it to make sure it's not too salty. So when it get a little bit of salty after she keep washing it, then that's when she be stuffing it with butter. Once she, well, let me tell you something. When she stuff it with butter, like I love it. I'm sorry. I love it. Like I wish she was still here. So my grandma died in 2011, the day after Christmas. Um, but she used to stuff it with butter, right? Like hella
Mhm.
butter. Put it on the bottom, the top. I was like, God damn, this shit's gonna be fire, right?
Uh-huh.
So it'd be like hella, like I don't like a dry turkey. That would turn me off. I won't eat.
Mhm.
So it'd be
Right.
so juicy, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta learn how to do this, right? So
Well, now you know why it's juicy.
right. So
Man.
so one time, Trinity, my grandma went on a cruise. I
Mhm.
would never forget this. That is my first time cooking Thanksgiving by myself. So my grandma was like, I told my grandma, so we call her Big Mama. I said,
Mhm.
I don't call her Big Mama, I got just call her Big Mama. I said, Big Mama, can you teach me how to make? I want to make my first Thanksgiving dinner, and I want to invite everybody over there. So she, like, we pre-made like the shit. All I had to really do is cook it. And
Mhm.
she sat there and she didn't do anything. I'm better hands on than you telling me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So she just sat there in the kitchen and told me what to do. So I got all that shit to prepare. And she was leaving like 3 days before Thanksgiving. So I was like, I put everything in the freezer. So I go up in there, I make my food or whatever. So I made some potato salad, right? So I got a cousin, his name Percy. He's my second cousin. And he was like, "Damn, why your potato salad look like a stop yield sign?" Oh my god, girl, I ball crying. That was my first time ever cooking.
Aw.
So I was like, but everything, I ain't gonna lie, everything came out really good. You know what I'm
That's what's
saying?
up.
But they was talking about because I put too much mustard in there. But you know what I'm saying? I said,
All they gotta do is just add a little bit more mayonnaise.
and I didn't think of that. You get what I'm saying, Trinity? This is my
Mhm.
first time ever cooking Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I was like, but now from there, you know what I'm saying? Even no, no real talk, Trinity. Even when uh I had my child so young, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I got crucified and all of that. So I think like what you said, we was talking about earlier about that energy, the masculine energy, that comes from that too. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like I was ridiculed hella bad. And you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Nobody really didn't see it from my eyes that look look who raising me. Are you serious? I'm not
Right.
trying. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? My grandma tried her best, but my grandma worked at the post office. So after like she gone at 6 o'clock at night and she don't come home until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Trinity?
You was left alone.
Right, basically. And
You
you
leave
know,
and the kid alone. What they gonna do? Anything they feel they can get away with.
right. And I never
Because
and
because it causes you to not have no there's no supervision. So when there's no
right.
supervision, it's like how's anybody gonna know? There's no one
I
here to tell me no.
right. But the only thing that slowed me down is when I had my baby. I ain't gonna lie. When I had my daughter, she slowed me. hella down. But like,
Well, shit, that probably scared the fuck out of you to begin with,
girl, fuck that Trinity. I wouldn't even kiss the boy. I was scared I was getting pregnant. You got me fucked up. I
right?
would.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't
You
gonna
was
lie.
like, oh shit, your whole life just flashed in front of your eyes. Like what?
Man, it
You know
was
what I
tripping me.
mean? It made
Right.
you have to grow up at a young age. Is what pretty much happened. You had to grow up too early instead of
Oh,
just being a kid.
but it before I like, but Trinity before I even had my
But you was
daughter.
already growing up too early because you was home alone.
Listen. I was home alone, and I got a. I don't know if you remember me telling you. I got a baby brother, right? My baby brother is only 2 years older than my daughter, my oldest, right?
Okay.
I raised him ever since he was born. Like literally, he sometimes till this day, Trinity, swear to God, put my right hand to God, he calls me mom sometimes.
I mean, you raised him, so
You know what I'm saying?
you was
Like
probably there for him more than anybody else.
so. I mean, like I be have to tell him, I'm not your mom. I'm your big
Right.
sister. And I feel like being his big sister and me and my brother, like I got a brother who's between us, but he always had his father, right? So me and my youngest brother always made a bond because we didn't have our fathers. We knew who our fathers was, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't want to really mess with us. They don't give a fuck
Right.
about us. So it is what it is. So it's always been me and him. And then like when my daughter came in, you know what I'm saying? It was me, him. I never excluded my brother out of it because
Right.
that's my brother, bro. Like I raised him. Like I changed my brother diapers majority of the time because my mom was too high to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't even think my brother ever had a diaper rash. Like seriously. But in the
He's
meantime,
probably he's probably changing way more than you needed to because you really didn't know what all to do. You was just changing diapers. Be
man,
like, oh,
somebody
I think you're wet. Let me change you. Oh, I think you're wet. Let me change you.
no Trinity. It's crazy because, like I said, I'm hands on. I am very hands on. So somebody showed me how to change this diaper once I was done.
Right.
It was over. You know what I'm saying? But when my daughter, I need a little different time because it's different with a girl from a boy,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially when
You,
they get
you,
diarrhea.
yeah.
So
Or when you're changing, they get that first piss when they pee on you. They
yeah,
pee on you when you're changing the damn diaper because that cold air hits them. Like what the
man.
fuck?
Yeah, my brother peed on me. I think like who my middle son, my 19-year-old, he never peed on me, but my 25 and my 16-year-old, yeah, for sure.
Is there
But
anybody even watching your live right now? Let me go
it's
see. I
five
didn't
of
even
us
look.
in here.
Oh, you guys, please go hit that like button. Share out Tisha's stream. Let me. They just listening. Excuse me. I
You heard
think I
me what I said
caught
earlier,
a cold.
Trinity.
Hmm.
I hope not, cause that shit is nothing to be played with.
I know. I've been coughing. I've been around a dog, and I think I caught some kind of allergies or something. Cause I've just been coughing and coughing. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I had that RSV, like the I call it the upper version of a flu, the
Oh,
RSVP or something.
I
Like,
could have that. I don't know. All I know is if I'm coughing like this again all day tomorrow, I gotta do something because that's not gonna work for me.
right.
It's not gonna. I've been popping cough drops the whole time I've been on the phone.
Mm-mm.
If any air gets at me right now, like
Uh
the
huh.
heat or the AC,
Uh huh.
I start coughing. I can't breathe.
So that's how I felt,
So,
Trinity. It felt like somebody was like literally sitting on my chest. That's how I felt the whole time when I was off of
oh,
them that week, and I couldn't talk. And then I end up losing my. I was already sick, but then I end up losing my voice like 3 4 days later
Uh
after I
huh.
got sick, and then I got it back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
That
yeah, I
shit
don't
was
think
no
I have
problem.
that. I don't think I have that then. It don't feel like that right now, so that's a plus.
Right,
But yeah, that's got to be that had to have been a horrible feeling, horrible, horrible, horrible.
man. It feel like
I
somebody was
remember when you
lifting my.
lost your voice though. I was like, you keep talking, this is not gonna come back.
But so I'm so used to yelling at my kids when they was younger. I ain't gonna lie. Like I lose my voice for maybe 3 4 days, and then it always comes back. But at this particular time, I never lost my voice from being sick.
Uh
You get what I'm
huh.
saying?
Yeah.
So when I lost my voice from being sick, because I really didn't talk to my kids because of my voice, and I couldn't talk. I was tripping. I was really tripping, Trinity. I'm like, I've been sick for like 3 4 days at this time. I didn't lose my voice at that time, but I was coughing hella bad, and then I ended up losing my. I was like, It was just weird to me. It was
Hmm. Now my throat is kind of itchy. You know what I mean?
right.
And I'm congested. I
Yeah,
know. I know I'm
I was spitting
congested.
out phlegm like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. When I was outside, I ain't doing it in my house. I be snapping on
And
my kids when they be spitting in the toilet. I'm like, bro, can you flush the toilet? I want to see, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I be snapping about certain shit. I just don't like it.
yeah. I mean, who wants? Nobody wants to see that.
Especially when you go out to the bathroom, you want to make sure everything right before you sit on the
Right?
toilet as a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then the first thing you see, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I don't want to see
Absolutely.
that. How long you been had your cough, Trinity?
Ooh, at least 2 days now, but I don't know. I feel like it's becoming more persistent.
Mm-mm.
So it's definitely not good for me. I don't usually get sick.
And that's what the Trinity. I said the same thing. I said I jinxed myself because the last time I got sick was like over 10 years ago. I got the flu shot. That shit had me sick for 2 weeks, and I never got it again. And I have never been sick. But I was like, that's what I get. I jinxed myself. That's what I felt. I jinxed myself, and I was sick as a fucking dog. Then tried to go back to work last Monday, and I was like, this is not working. And then
Right.
everybody was like mad at me because I was like that not last Saturday, but the Saturday before I worked a double. And they was like, how you gonna come in? You can't come in like that. You gotta come in help. I was like, okay. So
Right.
like right now I'm be like at this time I'm like so Saturday when I worked that double, I was kinda mad because I'm like, no, Saturday I ain't worked that double. What day I worked it? I worked it Friday or something. But Saturday when I worked, somebody's supposed to relieve me. The person didn't even
And
come.
they were
So
late, or
no,
oh,
they
they didn't
never
come.
came. Yeah,
Oh,
and I was like, I can't stay. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my first, like having Christmas day off. That was my first Christmas day off since I've been out here. Since I've been working for this company.
oh, okay.
So I'm like, I'm not staying, you know what I'm saying? So I went home, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't cooked nothing big. I just made, you know what I'm saying? They love chicken, so I baked them some chicken. I made my dog some chicken. I baked them some chicken and made them some rice and some carrots. They love it. I mean, literally love it. Trinity.
That's
They be
right.
fight. They be fight. So I spend a lot of money on rice because rice is really good for them anyway, and it's good for their stomachs and their digestive system. So I get a lot of rice in my house.
I like rice, but I think I might. I don't know. I don't have. I guess you're not. I might have to get off this live because I am doing a lot of coughing. It's starting to be even more like persistent. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm gonna be stopping in like 30 minutes anyway.
Uh-huh.
So when I stop, I'm gonna try to see about getting me like some allergy medicine.
Okay.
Let's see if that helps. If you're still back on, I might check back in. but
Yeah, I think I'm
it's
gonna get off anyway because I gotta go to work in the morning.
oh,
Yesterday,
okay, okay.
yesterday I was like up. I don't know. I couldn't sleep, so I was up until like 2 in the morning. Had to get back up at
Oh
6.
shit.
I was like, and then I went. Let me tell you what happened to me before we get off. Right, Trinity. I goes to work today, right?
Mhm.
So I always put. We got this one. We got some comfortable seats, so I put one of the comfortable seats in the back. Got a little lunchroom area in the back of the office where I work at. So I'm just right there, just laying right, got my eyes closed. Didn't even know I went to sleep already, Trinity, right?
Mhm.
Like 10 minutes later, I wake up, I see one of my coworkers. I said, why you don't say nothing? Don't do that to me.
Oh no.
She's laughing. She's like, you just look so peaceful because you
Damn,
just.
she didn't want to wake you up.
Yeah, but what the thing is, she's like, you just sitting straight up. Like, I'm not leaning to the side. She
Wow.
said, you're not leaning to the side. I said, literally, I can't. If must be, I didn't slept standing up before. I know I have. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I was just hella, I don't know. I was just hella tired. And like I said, I ain't going to sleep until 2. So we not doing that tonight. Fuck that.
No, gonna get you some decent sleep.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to do this game night again tomorrow. I hope everybody just like join or whatever. I think it'll be more fun if it's just. I don't care if it's like maybe 4 or 5 people in here. I don't care, but I just want everybody to participate because it's boring if 1 or 2 people only participate. That's hella boring.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So I'm gonna try to promote it as soon as I put it up. I'm gonna put it up tomorrow when I get to work.
Okay, okay.
I thank you so much for being on here, boo.
You're welcome, girl. You're welcome.
All right, so I'm
If I
gonna get
don't
off.
get on, if I don't jump on the actual panel tomorrow, you'll know it's because I'm just coughing away.
Okay, that's fine. But I thank you so much, regardless.
Of course, absolutely.
All right, so
You have a
everybody have.
good. Oh,
I'll say, look, we gonna say it at the same time.
uh
You,
huh.
everybody in the chat, Trinity, please subscribe to Trinity Cargo. Is that's right, right?
Yeah.
Um, and we will see. I will be on here tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do the game thing tomorrow again. I'm gonna try my best to get on at least maybe 30 minutes earlier, because like I said, I don't get home until after 7. So I'm gonna try to get on here about 8:30 my time. I don't know what everybody else's time, but I'm gonna try my best, and we're gonna see where it goes from there. So everybody have a great night, and everybody have a great Wednesday morning. I'll holler at you tomorrow, Trinity.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, y'all.